So you're retired. Life is good and it's time to do what you want. There are lots of great things you can indulge in, and listening to your favorite music in your own personal concert hall is just one of them. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive and reveal some of the really important things that can make or break your music listening experience. Your sound system. It takes more than a good pair of ears to enjoy good sound, and that can be said for a lot of things. Take, for example, food, which just happens to taste much better when it's served well, looks appetizing, and smells great. And it's a fact of life that a car runs much better after it's been carefully cleaned and pampered. For your audio system to perform at its peak, it needs to look like it means business. A slick-looking turntable with a classic tube power amplifier that can generate enough heat to cook a small pizza. And let's not forget about the all-important speakers. Tough-looking means real business, my friend. And yes, bigger is better despite what some say. And if your taste is for the avant-garde, there's also lots of variety in speaker styles out there to suit almost every taste and personality. But if you're on a budget, there are alternatives. Your room's listening chair doesn't need to be front row center to hear well, but you don't want the room to sound like you set your system up in the bathroom either. The bathroom's hard surfaces make toilet flushings really loud and carry on forever. Singing in the shower is a bit easier to handle, but it's not ideal either. Carpets on the floor and heavy drapes on the windows of your listening room can make all the difference in the world. If you have a subwoofer, that can be a problem in a small room. You may think the sub is hammering away really well, but find that when you move your head a couple of inches, the really cool bass that you've been vibing on drops off like a rock. Your listening chair needs to be in just the right spot. Okay, so you're the proud owner of a vintage stereo system and you insist it sounds better than anything else you've ever heard. But as the years have passed, your ability to appreciate great audio slowly goes by the wayside. And you know you're in trouble if you can't decide whether the vocalist you're listening to is Elvis Presley or Taylor Swift. Yes, you've got a problem and you're probably deafer than Beethoven. As we get older, our body parts start to wear out, and our ears are no exception. Age-related hearing causes the high frequencies to become lower in level, but that's not always a bad thing. Just not when you're trying to listen to your favorite tunes. Fortunately, the fix is easy. Just boost the high-frequency tone controls on your system, but keep in mind that someone younger with good hearing, it'll probably sound like a cheap imported transistor radio. It's said that a man's home is his castle, but his listening room needs to be the best room in the house. It should be a shrine where he can escape his nagging wife, noisy kids, and numerous distractions that plague and make his life a living hell. The audio system, of course, is the most important element of the space, where speakers are well positioned. Out in front of the speakers is the ultimate luxurious easy chair, strategically positioned for just the best possible experience. Acoustics are good, the room has a comforting, relaxing atmosphere, and the hard, cold, cruel world can now be tuned out and briefly forgotten. Add a cool bit of refreshment, your favorite munchies, served with a smile, and voila, bliss.